What's going on, everyone? Josh here with another half-ass beer review, and tonight we got something pretty interesting. Sometimes you do something and you just don't see it being that good, that great. It's a little weird, and this is one of those nights. This is a can of White Castle. It hits different. Tangerine, IPA, Evil Genius Brewing Company, Pittston, Pennsylvania. I don't like White Castle. I don't like onions. And so all those little onions, it seems like they get everywhere whenever you go to White Castle. I've only had it once, maybe twice. The chicken's not bad. I heard the fish is good. But it's not something I look to revisit. So I saw that White Castle was going to have its own beer. Gotta try this out. Gotta try this out, right? And a Tangerine IPA on top of it? Let's check out this beer. Let's crack it. Let's pour it, look at it, smell it, taste it, see what it's got going on. A fancy looking glass for fancy looking beer. Sabro Centennial hops. Oh. Surprised by the pour. I'm surprised that there's no little onions pouring out into my glass right now. Surprised that there's not, that it's not small. I'm surprised this isn't like a slider beer, 5-ounce beer. Let's look at it. It looks nice. It does look nice. Slight off-white head. Kind of gave it a soft pour. Not as hard of a pour as I probably should have. Probably a little carbonation in there still. Whoa! Hey, Centennial. Sabro Tangerine. Giving me that citrus smell. Yeah, I'm getting that. Doesn't smell like greasy burgers. It's going to make you shit your pants in 10 minutes. I am thoroughly enjoying every aspect of this so far, except the name White Castle that is tied to it. I've never had anything from Evil Genius either, so I don't know where this is going, where this is coming from. I don't even know what Evil Genius is. Didn't look into it because White Castle distracted me. Let's try this beer. As always on Half-Ass Beer Review, we do little drink, big drink. Cheers, everybody. Bubbly. It's nice, citrus, hoppy, bubbly. Yeah, I might not have poured it hard enough. Okay, lots of tangerine in here. Might not be real tangerine. Maybe it is. I don't really know. But just the tangerine comes through a lot. Like, there's big tangerine. It's nice. The hoppiness. It's not super bitter or anything like that. Not that that's bad. It's just not what's in here. It's got that citrusy hoppiness to it. And there's just tangerine on top of it. Usually when there's a tangerine IPA, it's not as big of tangerine as this one is. Another drink. Doesn't say the ABV on here. Why not? Well, that's a bummer. I should have done my research. No ABV. It's drinking 6-ish, somewhere. 6s, maybe 7s. Nothing like over the top with it. The taste that's left in your mouth after you're done drinking it, just a nice citrus hoppiness with like a little bit of that tangerine. Overall, I'm kind of surprised that this isn't just terrible. I shouldn't be so negative going into a review like this, but just like, White Castle, come on. Shout out Drass and the Dungeon Master, because I know he loves White Castle, and shout out Fanboy Tone from Banter and Babble, because I don't think he does. Maybe. I don't know. They just went there like last weekend or the weekend before, and so it might be a different story now. But no, I think overall this isn't terrible. Yeah, you can't knock it. It's a decent IPA. The tangerine there is in a tangerine that I am not used to it being. Like, there's just so much tangerine there. Let me know if there's a tangerine IPA out there that that you've had that has a lot of tangerine in it. Wow, that was a big brain fart. It took me way too long to get those words out of my brain. But yeah, this isn't bad. I could drink this again. Would I seek it out? Probably not. New Holland Brewing Company here in Michigan, they have one. I forgot what it's called. Something space. Something to do. Tangerine space. Hazy. IPA. I don't. Tangerine Dream, maybe. Maybe. I don't really know. I'd have to look that one up, find it, and get it again. I know it's not bad. It's a solid IPA, but this is kind of good. I don't know how limited this is, or if they're going to keep doing this. I think this is like a gimmick or a shtick. You know, hey, let's make some money, get together with White Castle, or White Castle wants to get together with a brewery and say, hey, let's put a beer out, see if we can make any money on it. It's kind of late in the beer game to be doing something like that, but you never know. This isn't terrible, and I would drink it again. I just don't know if I'd buy it again. That's all. It's going to be okay. I don't know why I've been saying that a lot lately. It's going to be okay. That's going to do it for this episode of Half-Ass Beer Review. Thank you all for stopping by and checking out White Castle. It hits different. White Castle did a beer. I know, crazy, right? I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you had a good time. I know I did, even though White Castle is involved. Before you go, check out my friend Banter and Babble for all your pop culture needs, and 7 Dungeons for, oh my god. But now that's going to do it for this episode of Half-Ass Beer Review. Thank you all for stopping by, checking out White Castle beer with me. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I know I did, even though it is White Castle beer. Before you go, check out my friend 7 Dungeons for the best Dungeons and Dragons around, and Banter and Babble for pop culture wrap-up. The links are down there. You won't be disappointed. And always remember, drink what you want, drink it how you want, and never hesitate to flip someone the bird.